So, remember how I said recently that I gotten like a bunch of books, and one of them was the Area X series trilogy. So I'm about halfway. I would say about halfway through the second book, Authority, so far. And my basic thoughts are I really liked Annihilation, the first book. It had this really, just a really cool prose style combined with a protagonist that I actually enjoyed, like honestly, she was a really the biologist was a really good protagonist. I enjoyed her in her thoughts a lot. It was really interesting the way that she writes, how methodical it is, how detached it is, just how detailed it is because obviously being a biologist, she's detail oriented. Love that shit. And the description of the crawler near the end was one of the best depictions of cosmic horror I've read in anything, even in Lovecraft, because in Lovecraft it's like, it was so horrible I shan't describe it, but let me describe it in full detail anyway. Here it was like, it was this, but it was also this, and it was also this at the exact same time, and it was really interesting, and it was a perfect way to end it too. It was just a perfect way to end it, which not many books manage to do. And honestly, the language was poetic enough. Well, not really poetic. It really wasn't poetic, but it was really elegiac and melancholy, and it really interesting in a way that let me actually enjoy it more than I would have if it was just plain prose with like no personality attached. Because you really get a sense of her, the biologist, through the way that she writes in this journal, because it is basically epistolary. It's an epistolary novel. And then I started reading Authority, and my enjoyment of these books dropped quite a lot actually, and I'm halfway through Authority, and that hasn't really changed, quite honestly, because instead of the interesting first person narration kind of that gives a lot of depth into the character's mindset and shit, we have omniscient third person narrator describing what the main character is feeling, and it's just boring. It's really boring now, and the prose style, not at all like it was in the first Annihilation. It's very simple, very plain. Not very. It doesn't pop. It doesn't have pyrotechnics of language embedded in it. Like, well, the first one didn't really either, but it had enough for me to be invested in the character because I kind of was getting a sense of who she was, even if she was lying about certain things, which I also enjoyed that. However, here, because it's a third person omniscient narrator, we're not getting that, and quite frankly, it's annoying. It's really annoying because I enjoyed the first one a lot, and I can see that Jeff Vandermeer has skill. So why is he doing this? And yeah, honestly, the only thing keeping me going so far is the interactions between Control and Ghostbird. That's it. That's the only thing keeping me going. And also somewhat a mystery of Area X, but really, I don't fucking need an explanation for that, quite frankly, because explaining that would ruin the entire fucking, cosmic horror shit. So, don't really think explaining that shit's gonna be any good. There's a few images in Authority so far that I've enjoyed, like the rabbit scene. Like, that was some, I could see that vividly in my head. But a lot of it is just really basic. Eh, not a fan, actually. Not a fan at all. Which I know is blasphemy in the horror sphere or whatever the fuck, but I don't give a shit. My channel, my opinion, don't like it, get the fuck out. That's simple. Or if you don't like it, but you're able to, endure someone having a separate opinion from you, which I know is really difficult. So difficult. Like, it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit that we've gotten to a point in society where I'm sure this was always the case. I'm talking as this is a new thing. I'm sure it was always the case. However, with the advent of the internet and the ability to just broadcast your thoughts out there, I feel like some innate part of human narcissism has been unlocked into thinking that everyone is like the most important person on the planet. No. No, no one is. No one is the most important person on the planet. There's no such fucking thing. Only thing that says that is power, and power is fucking bullshit. Power is nothing but force. And if you have to force people to consider you something, then you're not that thing, essentially. If you need an entire, military behind you to prove that you are the most powerful, then no, you're not actually. You're actually a pathetic man child. Um, it's. Hey, Delphi. Where's it, buddy? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Sorry, my cat's being adorable. But yeah, anyway, that was basically just my thoughts on what I've been thinking of these books so far. I finished Bad Monkeys, which, I mean, I already read it before, so it was like that, basically. It was like that when and, I mean, I still don't really like the ending. Like, yeah, I get it. It's like unreliable narrator shit, but I don't like the ending. It feels like it comes out of fucking nowhere. And it doesn't because it's basically explained to you in the first chapter, but you only get that if you've already read that. So, I mean, it's well written structurally in terms of the structure of the narrative. It's well written, but in terms of the prose style, no, not for me, not for me. Maybe one of these days I'll have to read you a chapter from something that I consider to be like really good in terms of prose. Because quite frankly, plot is incidental to me. Plot's kind of important, but it's not really. Plot's like secondary to why I read. Um anyway, yeah. Bye bitches. Fuck off now.